Welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. Miami Heat back at home today for just a game. One Miami Heat home game against the Brooklyn Nets, a team they have already had at home for a preseason game and a home game. Last time they took on the Nets, the Miami Heat got sent to 1-4. They have not lost since. They have been able to get things right. And one of the biggest reasons for that was Haywood Highsmith and putting Haywood Highsmith in the starting lineup. I don't know if you guys heard him the other day after the game, after the win over the Hornets, but I love Haywood Highsmith. This guy is quickly becoming, I think, a fan favorite. If you don't love Haywood Highsmith, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. But Haywood was asked after the game about the Nets and was asked about, hell yeah, the last time they got you at home. And Haywood Highsmith had like the most badass answer for being like a dozen games into the season I've ever heard.
Yeah, we owe them. We owe them one for sure. We know that, and we're going to be ready for them. We're going to be ready for them when we play them Thursday. Yeah. We're going to be ready for them Thursday. We owe them one.
We owe them one. I love that, dude. And you know what? You could only have that kind of enthusiasm when you're on Haywood Highsmith's path, where he is part of the rotation, part of the starting lineup right now. He's killing it right now. He's doing a great job. He's putting players in hell. And, just his defense is infectious. It's so good all over the place. And to see what he's been doing is really, really inspiring. It's great. He's put in a ton of work. But that mentality, you got to have those guys, because we talk about all the time, this Heat team has to find that urgency in the regular season. And it feels like they had it. It felt like that 1-4, that loss that dropped them to 1-4, that they did answer back and get themselves into a place where obviously they're putting up more points. They seem a little bit more fluid. They're winning a lot of games. Certainly had to deal with some adversity with Tyler being out. I know that people are trying to do the thing of, well, here we go again. Tyler's out. They're on a win streak. I'm not doing that, dude. I think that Tyler was playing really well at that point. But one of the big reasons for this winning is Haywood Highsmith. You cannot deny that. He's been awesome. But we have some big news coming with this Nets game. Caleb Martin looks like he is returning. The Miami Heat tweeting out yesterday that Caleb Martin is going to be available for this return game at home. He is on track to make his return. Not official yet. He is available. He had missed the last 10 games with knee tendonitis. He's been on the Heat's injury report. He played opening night, and he's been dealing with this since camp. I think that's the thing that is interesting with Caleb. And man, what an important piece the Heat have not even had yet. And it's going to be fascinating. I don't know. I would imagine Spo is going to put him on a little bit of a limit. I think that just to ease him back in. So certainly think that for Caleb, you might get, maybe a 15-minute stint tonight, maybe 20, just to make sure that, he gets his feet wet. And I think Spo probably loves the way the team is rolling right now. And you look back, it's interesting looking back at the last couple of games. It is going to be curious to see where he gets his minutes, because you look back last game, you played what did they play? They played 10 guys, but really, serious minutes they gave to 8 guys. Kevin Love certainly is an obvious place. Kevin Love gave you 14 minutes. Jay Rich gave you 33. I think the Jay Rich is going to be an interesting balance there. Is it going to be Josh Richardson? Is it going to be Caleb Martin? Because obviously Haywood's playing out of his mind right now. Duncan Robinson's been playing great. Be hard to imagine that Spo is going to mess with that starting lineup for right now. I think he's liked the way that's been going. Hard to argue. And I just don't think you can say you're going to take away Jaime Jaquez's minutes at the expense of anybody right now with the way he's playing, the way that Spo trusts him in the fourth quarter. So be interesting to see where that battle is if Jay Rich has it on a certain night. But let's be real about it. Listen, Caleb Martin was such a huge playoff piece for them last year. Super ignitable, arguably the best player in the Eastern Conference Finals, was really up until the NBA Finals, tremendous the entire playoffs through. So it is going to be huge to get him back. But it's going to be also interesting for the Heat because, Caleb is also in a contract year and is probably going to be looking for a lot of dough. And now are the Heat going to think that, oh, this is a guy we can get something for, where somebody's going to look for a boost for Caleb Martin? I don't know. I'm not saying that I want the Heat to trade Caleb Martin, but I do think it's an interesting thing that has kind of flared up here in the first 11 games where it's just like, oh yeah. But listen, you don't want to overreact to a win streak. Certainly his importance is known, how good a scorer he is, how electrifying he is on defense. He really, really can carry a team for a stretch. He's just that kind of explosive, and certainly we can see those lulls from time to time. He's great in those. He is a great guy to lean on in those times when you don't have things going as smoothly as you typically do. So I am excited to see what Caleb Martin brings to the table. The dude he's just like dynamite on the court. So this would be an interesting one. As far as Brooklyn is concerned, they are 6-5 coming into this one. They've won a couple in a row. Ben Simmons, once again, dealing with some injuries coming into this one. He is got nerve impingement in his back, so his back issues continue to be an issue. The latest on him is that he's going to be out for more than another week. And so this is right now, it's as they're calling it, another bump in the road for Ben Simmons. So he's going to be out. And then it looks like that is going to be, it looks like for him, he's going to be, dealing with this still. This is, other than what's been looked upon as a confidence issue with him, very serious thing. Like, he doesn't seem to be able to shake this back thing right now. And a lot of the times those are injuries that don't go away. They'll flare up at certain times. So you feel bad for Ben that he's not able to get back out there and have this whole redemption season for him. But they are coming off a couple of wins. They just beat the Magic, of course, because when you're traveling down here, first you face the Magic. And they handle them pretty easily. But, look, this is a lengthy team with a lot of tough guys out there defensively. They're an awkward matchup with Claxton and Bridges and Dorian Finney-Smith. They got some ignitable guys with Dinwiddie and it's one of those things where you got to be on. You can't just be like, all right. They're one of those just pain in the ass teams. They're one of those pain in the ass teams that can shut off the water on you, get on a little run themselves, but they can also get very loose with the basketball and give you some good opportunities. So as Haywood Highsmith said, they owe them one. So you want to be in a position where you keep the win streak rolling before you have to go back out on the road for another handful of games.